friends.
It's us. Hello. We are here.
Hi,
We exist.
We
we're
we
live.
are all
We're
together.
humans
And we have a special
on the
guest.
internet. Humans on the internet.
Audio is existing.
Audio exists. We can be
Audio
heard.
exists.
We can be heard and seen.
I know, weird.
This is all crazy. Crazy talk.
With friends like
Hello.
I always feel heard and seen.
Good. It's a good way to exist.
Welcome, audience.
One
I'll
and
just
all.
say the thing that I always say, which is, hi, internet friends and webcomic fans. It's your friendly neighborhood dungeon biologist welcoming you to another episode of Trash Heroes, the Dungeons and Dragons stream where we recount the epic adventures of a wildly improbable collection of horrible creatures known as the Trash Heroes. That's what I always say, and sometimes I mess it up. As always, our players are this collection of wonderfully talented internet cartoonists, artists, makers of things. Please check out all their work. In the description below, you can find various links and such like. I'm a bit on the quiet side, apparently, according
I
to
have
chat,
just
Alina. I don't know if
fixed
you
it.
wanna.
You are now maxed.
I'm fixed.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I fixed this.
I've been fixed.
You've been fixed.
I
Wow.
was just
Have a
about to
bird.
change my my input volume's maxed, so never mind.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, so without further ado, let's meet the players. First up, it's the keeper of the vermin, protector of the trash heap, Fetid Quaggle. Oh, I didn't hear Jeff respond on that one, but that may just be a muted.
Am responding,
Hey.
Excellent.
at least in theory.
And then the larger than life pit fighting superstar, Oogna Sugar Tusks.
Huh? I was just doing that. Hey, everybody.
Hey. No sugar, no tusks. We don't know what happened to that.
Oh.
Next is the trickster cleric, rogue baker, and all-around party animal, Tromlin Darioles.
What up, sluts?
And of course, the wild magic streaming sensation, Morgan V. Sater.
Hi cuties, how's it going?
And finally, our sweet old grandpa, who's also accidentally an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine.
Horrifying catchphrase.
And this week we have special guest. I got to pull up your character's full name so I can actually say the whole thing. It's the Loxodon merchant, Sir Godfrey Franklin Tusk IV, as played by John Kovalic.
A Loxodon,
Amazing.
not a Loxodont.
Good.
So when we last left our heroes, oh my goodness, last game we picked up just after the portable portal in Copernicus's mansion opened in the Sunshine Manor, and through it the heroes could see Perny's cousin, Captain Darius, being run through by a dragonborn spear, and a battle ensuing with a number of dragonborn warriors. Oogna rushed through the portal and threw Darius to safety to be healed by Tromlin, and then tried to set up defense to keep the dragonborn from coming through the portal. However, that didn't stop their breath weapons, and Red Dragonborn set the Sunshine Library on fire, much to Copernicus and Lucretia's chagrin. The party fought back. Many arrows and spells were flung at the Dragonborn, and Oogna, however, was through the portal. And as soon as he was healed, Captain Darius charged through as well. So having only moments to act, the Trash Heroes and their allies piled through just before the portal closed, knowing it was only open for one round. This included the Wizards of the Council and El Gato, the hero of Ibisha, leaving Lucretia, the various Quaggles, including Fetid, and the remaining War Council members to deal with the house fire back in Sunshine Manor. The rest of the group found themselves on a tropical island where squadrons of red and black dragonborn were facing off against a number of Loxodon sailors led by their old friend Captain Osg Ulf. Not no relation to Dot Gulf. Sorry, I just saw a message from one of my players that I will respond to shortly.
Don't worry about it yet.
So Tromlin used the Gem of True Seeing to see if there were any hidden foes and spotted Timothy and Tomothy hiding behind an illusionary bush, but there was no sign of their boss, the Loxodon merchant Sir Godfrey. After a tense battle with Captain Ulf and Darius finally safe and the Dragonborn in retreat, Copernicus flew up high in the air with the Gem of True Seeing to scout around. Spotted several things. He spotted a number of Dragonborn warships of Calcoran design with steam-powered wings and weapons surrounding the island to the north. He also spotted 2 ships at anchor away south along the island chain, which were Captain Ulf's ship, the Obol's Fortune, and Captain Darius's steampunk battleship, the Krakenfluch. He surmised that they had fled the warships, and he determined that this area seemed to be somewhere off the coast of Ibiatia, near the center of the circle that his research had suggested on the map. And I don't know if Alina wants to pull that map up for the audience.
I can do this. Just give me a second.
And while you're doing that,
That will make our cameras cut out briefly, but we should be back now.
that work okay?
Yep, that's all good.
Or that was just you getting the maps ready?
That was just me getting the maps.
Gotcha. And last thing he noticed was several Dragonborn raiding boats, also known as the Zarn ships, rowed raiding boats that can come right in and land. And these, of course, were beached on a small harbor. And they were in the process of taking several captives aboard, including Sir Godfrey. And that is where we left our heroes.
The indignity of it.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So Copernicus, you have just flying high in the air with your flying boots. You have observed these things with the True Seeing Gem, and can fly back down to the clearing and tell the others. So just to remind you who's with you, the remnants of Captain Og's, or Captain Ulf, I guess I'll use his last name, Captain Ulf's crew are here, who are a variety of Loxodons and Turtles. There are quite a few dead or fallen that you guys have done Spare the Dying on. Timothy and Tomothy are here. And of course, Captain Darius. And also through the portal with you came the 3 wizards of the council, Dangalf the Dun, Aurelia the Golden, and Azuria the Blue, as well as El Gato, the hero of Ibiza. Everybody else was left behind, including Fetid.
Right.
But as you fly down, there's a loud crack of some kind of a teleportation spell, and Fetid, along with Olymandias, his
A loud
steed,
quack. Yeah.
appears. Yeah, loud. Yeah, with a, there we go. That's canon now. That's the sound
Actually,
of a teleportation spell.
Can Twitch
Quack.
hear our soundboard?
I think so because it's going through
I-
Discord.
Yes.
Yeah, so it must
I'm
be.
pretty sure that will actually work.
Hey, audience, did you
Hell
hear that
yeah.
duck quack?
Whack.
Let's see if anybody in the chat. If anyone in chat has heard the noises. We'll make another one. There you go.
I love
Ah,
it.
I
It's
see a
never
yes,
gonna get
I see a
old.
yes lol. So
Good.
excellent.
Excellent.
We can make good use of this.
Mm-hmm.
Pivot the
I
whole
mean, you
campaign.
got
Pivot
John
the whole
Cavallo on the
campaign.
stream.
Yeah.
You
gotta have a
need
duck.
stuff.
Don't pick it up.
Okay,
Don't ever pick up the duck.
so Copernicus, as you fly down, there's a loud noise, and Fetid on the back of his hellhound steed appears out of nowhere.
I will. I'll let the group know via Perny Net that So Godfrey has been captured by the Dragonborn. I'll give like rough notes in his position. And I'll say we will have to stage a rescue at post haste. But I'll fly down to rejoin everybody. And if I remember correctly, currently Captain Ulf is kind of getting. The plan was for him to get his men to their ship and
Yeah. So you had already basically, like, when you flew up, they were already assembling and picking up wounded and preparing to march towards the south. What would that be? Southeast of the island. And now that you've flown up, you have in fact spotted that in that direction are the anchored ships.
Okay.
Captain Ulf's Loxodon merchant ship, which didn't have a lot of weapons on it, was the Obol's Fortune. But also next to it is Captain Darius's crazy steampunk battleship, which is called the Krakenfluch.
Okay. Well, I think who can we spare to make sure that both ships are able to escape safely, and then who can we rope in now to our rescue mission? Because we certainly must get Sir Godfrey free, and it would be a shame to leave behind anyone else while we're rescuing. But we could use an extra pair of wizards out there. So I'm wondering how we can divide our forces. But yeah, I'll pull everyone into a huddle. So like you said, we've got three wizards, Veil wizards, and Captain Darius,
Yep.
and
And
we should
Elgato.
probably
and
yeah,
Elgato.
Elgato. Yeah.
And then you've also got Timothy and Tomothy.
Oh, thanks for
Timothy and Tomothy are very adamant that they're coming to help rescue Sir Godfrey. However, it is maybe of your opinion
but
that
they will not be a help.
they will not be particularly helpful
No.
in fighting a bunch of Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Trauma will happily turn to him and say, if you really want to help, stay somewhere safe, because whether you like it or not, there's no such thing as offensive trembling and terror.
At least not until the 5th level.
That's when you get the extra
You-
D10 of damage for it, and then it really
Yeah,
opens up. Yeah.
But
Yeah, you got to
but
upcast tremble.
we do want to help. To be precise.
Oh,
Maybe we
you
should get the hell
guys
out of here.
got any like potions or scrolls or rings or anything? I know Godfrey's got all that magic stuff.
Oh yes. This ring shines a light 30 feet in front of you. You can, to be precise, you can find things in the dark.
That's great. So we're gonna send you to the ships, and we're going to. I think one or two of the wizards, if you might volunteer.
Also, I have an exploding bow tie. To be
I
precise,
actually,
it doesn't
you
always
are-
work.
Morgan's going to float down to their level, lounging on her little cloud thing, and is going to go, "Hey, you guys, I totally get that you want to help us. I mean, we could really use the help, but you guys are a little too cute. You might have heard that before, and I know that it can sound really condescending from older people,
They
but
blush.
you're really cute, and if you're out there with us on the battlefield, we're going to be too worried about you, and we're going to possibly make a mistake because we got to make sure that you're safe before we can do what needs to get done."
This
and-
sounds like a persuasion.
I was thinking deception because that's not exactly what's going to happen, but it's yeah,
Seems pretty persuasive though.
This isn't particular. You're not really lying.
yeah.
This is all pretty
and
clear.
Trauma and
Oh, my trickster ways! I should have just lied. Fuck. Okay,
Trauma can indeed aid.
so that counters my
Yeah, it just means you can roll with a
single roll.
Yeah, sorry, just a right single roll because I forgot you still have your
Yeah.
weird, slightly undead curse.
I should have just lied. Let's see. Yeah, that's a 3. Fuck.
Ooh.
What's your bonus though?
Plus 9. I'm going to
3 plus
spend a
9?
thing.
I don't know if that's the right thing to play. 3 plus 9 is actually pretty good.
12.
3 plus 8. It's persuasion 8.
Oh, it's 8.
So that's That's 11, but did you want to throw a guidance on it? Because
I will.
that
I
is your
will.
MO.
It's a
And then
D4.
this is against their insight, which is the important point.
I don't mind spending a reroll. If
Just go ahead and see what you got first, because then I'm
Okay.
going to tell you what my rolls are.
oh, that's a 3.
So that's a
Again?
14. I rolled a 2
Mhm.
Oh,
for
great, that's bad.
Timothy and a 4 for Tomothy. And
Aw,
I'm pretty
little
sure
guy.
Very
neither of them has a
credulous
plus
little
10
guys.
to insight.
Little guy.
So there's got to be somewhere out there like a Tintin panel where the Thompsons are like flustered and blushing and clutching their hats. In fact, I can visualize
Yes.
it. So that's absolutely what's happening, except that like it's Babar artwork.
So sweet. This
Cute.
little guy.
Just a bunch of French comics, Belgian comics. Babar Belgian,
All
I
them
don't know.
band designees.
Mhm.
Mhm.
French, Belgian, it's all the same.
What we need. So we.
Offending.
If there's one thing the Belgians love to hear, it's that.
Oh yeah.
Famously, never bothered Hercule Poirot when he was called
Nope.
French.
Nope.
Not once.
What we need is to know that you guys are safe, that we don't have to worry about you, and also a lot of adults can be a bit messy and could use some help here as well.
Perny in the Perniet asks, "Are they children? I always thought they were just small and scared."
Could be both.
They are
Oh.
definitely adults. They have mustaches,
I don't
Mm.
think that
which is
just be
Godfrey
really
would
a
like
lost thing, but they do. They have
hire
all
kids.
old mustaches.
Oh, I think he might
Oh,
have some
within-
child labor going on in the countries where it's legal.
It's all very legal, extraordinarily legal.
Extraordinarily legal.
It's just part of the
Some would say
supply chain.
extra legal.
Age is just an,
Yeah, yeah.
age is just an artificial construct.
Right. Speaking of contracts, though, I am hoping that we get a like Sir Godfrey Tony Stark's his way out of prison storyline if we don't rescue you.
Yes.
I think that'd be great with all of your combining all your weird inventions into one super suit and fighting your way out of a dragonborn fleet.
I think he only has one level of artificer, so I don't
Oh,
know how
right.
well that would work out.
Okay.
Could make a really cool mousetrap.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's the montage. That's the montage that we're gonna get is leveling up.
Speaking of,
So yeah,
So-
you convince Timothy and Tomothy that the most courageous thing that they could do is to help carry wounded and supplies and things back. Probably not wounded because they're like a quarter the size of any of the wounded sailors.
Mhm.
But they can certainly help carry things back towards the ship.
Morgan's gonna slip them some of the snacks that she shoved into her bag of holding
aw.
before
Excellent.
they went through the thing.
Aw.
So, Morgan, how are you feeling? Because I know you could do the like
Yes,
stepping,
you can have one. Yes, you can have one.
grab and
She'll
step.
shove
Well, I mean,
them.
thank you too. I don't
Cream puff.
start munching. I'll be like, but like seriously though, like we can't fight a whole boat of these guys, so we're gonna have to get in, get out real fast. And I can hold them for a little bit, but like these guys are tough.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll either need to figure out a way to move a lot of people very quickly, or to strike really hard and wipe the deck for long enough to escort them back on foot.
Dangolf will pipe up and say, well, the portal is still accessible. If one of us still has the spell available, and he looks at the other two, and Ojuria, just with her arms folded, looking all severe, just nods. I forget which of the Powerpuff Girls has the black hair, but I kind of picture a bit of that
Buttercup.
energy.
Buttercup,
Ojuria deal.
Yeah.
Buttercup, yes, Buttercup.
But Dangolf will say, if I can send to your daughter and let her know that to be prepared for our arrival and ensure that the portal is still accessible. And then we'll have
Accessible
one,
and guarded. We don't know what will be coming back with us. We
and
should
then we'll have one quick chance to open it and pass a group through.
And the portal has to be from here, and I point to wherever the portal was set up originally. Like, we can't set it up close
No,
to the ship.
so it was cast on a scroll.
Right.
And so like wherever you are, you can cast the teleportation circle spell. But you have to have like
15
I think
minutes?
it's a minute of casting
minute,
time. Like
yeah.
it's not an instant spell. You've got to have a few moments to prepare it. And then the other end has to be a circle that you know of, that you have like that you know the runes, you know the code for, that you can call. But the portable portal that you left behind, you know the runes for it.
And does invisibility pop when you start casting a spell or when you finish?
That's an interesting question. I'm just going to quickly say, I mean, there's a chance that they thought of this and it makes it clear. The spell ends for a target that casts a spell. So it does not say.
Being soundly wrestled by birds.
Teleportation circle. This is the
So how
standard
many-
arena. Go ahead.
How many people? Who is around Sir Godfrey at the moment? Who is doing the capturing?
Yeah, so I was going to jump to Sir Godfrey in a moment here, but yeah, so Sir Godfrey has been grabbed by this armed group of Dragonborn. Currently, he is in chains. He has like a wrist manacle situation going on, but that's it because they were marching you, so you don't have any kind of bindings on your legs. And there is probably there's probably at least still a good 20 of them around you. They're all heavily armored, black and red Dragonborn. And actually, you can see one of the like captains or squad leaders or whatever who seems to be ordering people around appears to be a bronze dragon, Dragonborn, say, rather than a dragon, which would be more alarming.
There's a bronze dragon. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like literally the ancient bronze dragon that runs.
Oh, cool.
Calcaras. Yeah, no big deal. Why would that be a problem?
So, how long does it take to cast a teleportation circle?
It's 1 minute casting time. It lasts for one round, but while it's open, as many people as who can move through it during that round are able to do so before it closes.
And actually, I guess I'll just ask: do any of you have greater invisibility prepared? That will make this much easier if you do.
Let me double check real quick. I have a tally here of how many of them have used their upper level spells.
Cool.
I've used all my upper level spells.
Well, in particular with these wizards, that they were going to become they're going to very rapidly from extremely useful to have around to completely useless to have around when those spells run out. Where am I here? Right. How many 4th level spell slots? Oh, quite a few. I think one of them will still have one of them will have a greater invisibility prepared for sure.
Okay.
Aurelia the Golden will have a greater invisibility prepared.
So my idea is as many people as we can cover with 2 castings, one of a greater invisibility, one of regular invisibility. We get as close as we can. Someone with greater invisibility or Azuria, you begin to cast just before the casting is complete. We come out of invisibility and we come in swinging, take out all the guards who are close to the prisoners, and then start to get people through the portal as quickly as we can, and last one out turns out the lights. I think if we strike hard and fast, we can be relatively safe, and I think if we can make sure that the casting happens under greater invisibility, we can minimize our exposure, because I don't want to be caught in the heart of the Dragonborn fleet.
So you were discussing which of the wizards to send away with
Hang on a second.
the escapees.
Like we can
Yeah.
spare Dangolf.
I think so.
Okay, so
Here's the thing, though. Just
Oh, and
getting
fly,
the
and fly us as
people
well.
off the ship isn't going to help the boats get out of here. And like Darius said, the boat was really important. So
I think if we create the distraction with the rescue, and if Darius is in charge of his ship, Captain Ulf is in charge of his ship, and they have perhaps Dangolf or one wizard with them to cast a bit of illusion, I think they should be able to get away.
yeah, but what if one of the ships was on fire?
Fire's good. Fire's
You
great.
can have a little fire as a treat.
Yeah, like ships are really. Captain Kristoff was saying that ships like explode really good a lot of the time, and you got to make sure that there's no fire on ships so that they don't explode. And I just remember
So-
thinking about that and going, "Boy, no fire on ships." But I don't know. Maybe
I'd
that's
like
useful
to
now.
We do have a lot of
the,
fire making capabilities.
I'd like to point out that the Dragonborn ships are how did I describe them?
Iron?
They
Solid?
are of the Calcaran. I can't remember the
Yeah.
whatever the term is, but they're steampunk ships. They're steam powered, Calcaran ships. They have steam powered wings rather than sails, and weapons. So what I'm saying is, there's a lot of like machinery and fuels and such like on such ships.
That would explode real good.
And
Possibly.
yeah, and you don't need to make an attack roll to make things like that explode, which means the folks at a regular invisibility could do that. So then, okay, I think if we want to divide up into like maybe
plan.
two-prong plan. One team is protecting the caster and doing the herding. One team is flying around to ships and doing explodey shenanigans.
But then we got to get everybody onto the main ship before we portal out.
Yeah.
So we need maybe Morgan and some teleporters.
So greater invisibility only affects one target.
Right.
Okay, so then nobody can attack anything. No one can cast any spells while we're doing this because we need that greater invisibility on Azuria for the portal. But everyone else can have regular invisibility. I think we have enough spells to go around. And I think we can spare some flies. I think we're going to need some flies all around. I can throw in a spell slot here if that helps towards the pool. And also I think we can like borrow some spell slots from Dangolf before he goes off to kind of help with the escape of the ships.
What kind of timeline are you talking about here? Because I think
we got to do this pretty quick.
These are 1 minute spell durations, are they not?
I thought fly was longer. And invisibility is a while.
Up to 10 minutes. Up to 10 minutes. Greater invisibility is up to 1 minute.
Right.
Okay. Oh, okay. So then we got to do that right before.
Yep.
Okay, so we got to invisibility into greater invisibility, and then cast. So we have to, we'll include Azuria in the initial invisibility, and then
Azuria is going to suggest, if you want to be sure that these Loxodons and their ships get away, why don't you send both of these old dusty wizards? As long as we can get somewhere that I have a minute to cast a spell in like some bushes. We don't need an invisibility spell to make that work. And she kind of nods at Aurelia, who like takes out an ear trumpet and puts it in and says, "What did she say?"
Oh, nothing. All right. Then let's get some regular invisibilities going. We'll find you some cover to cast under, and we'll start making our shenanigans just before we make the exit. So I think we'll have everybody gets like 1 minute to blow up as much stuff as they can before they have to get back to where the portal's going to be, which will be Aurelia's position. Dangolf, Aurelia, if you could bless us with a casting of invisibility and fly before you go, then we'd love for you to go help Captain Ulf and Captain Sunshine get their ships safely free.
Morgan sits upright on her cloud and goes, "I'm going to thunder step the inside of a ship and then piece out of it."
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
That ship's gonna be
Aurelia
so
is
fucked
going
up.
to cast her invisibility spell, or a couple of them. Actually, sorry, she only cast one. How many targets can you do?
I think it's a third
Um,
level or second level spell.
It
Invisibility
is
is
a
a second
second
level
level
spell.
one. If you
Or
cast
actually,
it third, you can hit two.
yeah.
Cast it at third. She could blow a fourth. And then it would be three people. She could do she's already cast some fourth level spells when you guys were fighting the Dragonborn, but she can do how many people are she turning invisible? I guess that's the question.
Well, here, let's
I think
just a second. I was thinking Tromlin and Ugna can be on like get the Loxodons free because Ugna can hold the Dragonborn off and Tromlin can like unlock shackles and etc. Would it be better if Fetid was with Morgan? Because you've got the arrows, but also the fire dog,
Yeah.
and then Perny. Maybe. What's the best
It
place
looks
for you
to
to
me
be?
like there's 8 of you then
Yeah.
going on this. Because it's Ugna,
then
Copernicus,
If I'm
uh,
flying
Morgan.
invisible, I can easily get into a ship and out of it. And
Yeah.
if I am with Fetid, he can just be invisible generally.
So
Like,
there's
I
the
can-
5 of you plus Alamandius,
How
plus
far are the ships apart from each other?
Elgato, plus Azuria.
I think
So that's a
I think
total of 8.
Elgato. I think we need a contingent to be like pass without traced or something, or like hiding in bushes,
Yeah.
rather than invisible. Because I
For
want him
what
to come
it's
through the portal with us, but yeah.
for what it's worth, as I am being led away, I am trying to reach into my pockets, see if I can't come up with the material component I need to cast invisibility upon myself.
Ooh.
I'm just
That
imagining
is a
pocket
thing that
sand
you
as
can
one of the
definitely
material.
do.
Yeah.
For
It is
Got
sure,
it.
a
he has
eyelash
pocket sand.
encased in gum Arabic. Which Sir Godfrey obviously keeps upon him at all times, needing the occasional instant escape.
Well, here's the
Oh, that's
thing.
what.
Sir Godfrey has an amulet that they would not have taken, being that it just looks like the only thing they've taken off of you is your fang dagger, because
Oh.
that's an obvious weapon.
That changes everything.
Which means that you would still have your amulet of unseen servants. So if you really want to get something out of your pocket, you've got little invisible buddies that can
Aw.
do shit like that for you.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter whether you're manacled or not.
Yep.
So let me jump back to Sir Godfrey while you guys are
Yeah.
making your plans. So Dangalf and Aurelia are going to head off with the various Loxodons and help them, because of course they're going to have to flag down the ships and get some boats to get out there and get on board. There's going to be a whole situation going on there. So they go off with Darius and Captain Ulf and all of the remaining Loxodons and Turtles from his crew, while the rest of you are making plans. Meanwhile, down at the beach, Sir Godfrey, you come around. You were basically unconscious from having been last remembered in the fight and getting knocked down. And getting like a spare the dying or something on you, but you've now come around. You're lowish on hit points, although being carried, I would count you as being able to take a equivalent of a short rest. So actually, why don't we do that? Let's roll some of your
Hit dice.
hit dice to see how many hit points you've gotten back. So we'll assume that you were at 0 when you were knocked out and taken. So you've got up to 8d8 hit dice to roll.
7, 5, 5.
Or sorry, wait a second. What's the
3.
maximum you can do in a short rest? Is it 4? Is it half? Anybody
Yeah,
remember?
I believe so.
think so.
So let's roll 4d8.
Yeah, I got 20.
Nice.
7, 2 5s, and a 3.
Nice. I'll take that.
Yeah, you can't regain more than half of your total during a short rest. So you've got 20 hit points. Not a bad come up. Although I'll remind you, you also have 4 healing potions on your person.
They were not very efficient at disarming me.
I mean,
Really
they literally
boring.
just took the weapon, right?
Yeah.
They're like they're not going to necessarily know. Like it doesn't say healing potion in big letters on the bottle. It's just got a bunch of little vials in a pouch.
I imagine you've
Right.
also got like all these crazy hidden pockets because you have all kinds of stuff on you at any time.
Yes.
They took all the obvious
Yes.
stuff.
It's like opening a tackle
Yeah.
box. You
Yeah.
know what
You're-
you're looking at.
Your amulet of unseen servants, your ring of shielding, and your
Yep.
potions and various magical tinkering tools and ingredients are all still in your various pouches. They've taken your purse with your money, which is
Oh.
most offensive. And they've
rude.
taken your fang dagger because it's the only obvious weapon you had on you.
I'm imagining
How about
that
my
his vest
homunculus?
has like a. Oh.
Sorry, what was that?
My homunculus servant, the little flying construct, which
Yes.
looks shockingly like an amalgamation of both Timothy and Tomothy, but flies.
It's like a little Dumbo. Like a little Dumbo fairy.
Yes, it is exactly.
Good.
I think I'm looking at the older version of your character sheet because I can't find that. I know you have that, but I can't find it. So I'm gonna.
It's under the artificer features.
Additional traits and features, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I think I've got the older version of your sheet. I'm going to quickly grab my email where I sent you that. So I think the sheet that I have in my D&D folder is an older version. Download. Sir Godfrey.
He has a double-breasted vest. I'm imagining that the double-breasted part means that there's another vest underneath, so that he can open a specific flap to just show off a bunch of wares.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a double vested breast, in fact.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Download folder. Where are you? This looks like the same sheet. Oh,
It's not important.
it was the right sheet. I found it.
Okay.
It was under your infused items. Yes. So
Ooh.
your fused items, obviously your bag of holding just looks like a bag on amongst your various pouches. Your arcane focus, they probably would have taken because they're not so dumb as to not recognize that as a weapon, even though it's a magic item.
Right.
Because I think your arcane focus is basically a wand.
Yep.
Your cap of water breathing you still have because it's
Okay.
like literally a cap. It looks like you're just something you're wearing, unless someone is looking at it with like detect magic. Your homunculus servant, I imagine. I think that we said that it was smaller than like Timothy or Tomothy. I think it's small enough that because it's supposed to be in the range of like a tiny creature.
Right.
So
Right.
it could just be in one of your pouches and just appears to. In fact, I think it makes sense that when it collapses down, it looks like just a big ornate cube.
Yep.
And you like
Yep.
push the button
I like
in the middle, and then it goes like click clack click clack clack, and has its little flying abilities. Because it's supposed to be kind of a steampunk
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
flying construct. So you do have that in a pouch as well. And it
So what I'm
acts-
going to do
go ahead.
in the meantime, I'm going to get my unseen servants just generally causing havoc with the Dragonborn around me. Like the three of them are going to go attack the bronze Dragonborn. And hopefully the Dragonborn are not going to know what hit them one by one.
Well, they won't know because they're invisible, unseen servants.
Yes.
Although
And also
unseen
the
servant
Dragonborn, they're not
can't
that
do
smart.
much.
Right.
Specifically, they can't attack.
Ugh.
They have the equivalent of strength 2, 1 hit point, and an AC of 10.
It's just
They
going to be
can't cause
causing
chaos,
general
though.
chaos. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the big thing that they
Yes.
can do is they can move things around, right? They can object interact. They can perform simple tasks that a human servant could, such as fetching things, mending, cleaning, folding clothes, etc. So you can definitely get them to like do stuff. So as you come around and you start going, what can I do here? And you activate your amulet, you sort of like reach your manacles hands up and touch it. As you're doing this, they are in the process of throwing you into the bottom of this long ship, kind of like a Viking style longboat with rowing benches on both sides that the Dragonborn are in the process of occupying. They're loading themselves up to row. And there are a number of other prisoners, various unconscious Loxodons and Turtles from the ship's crew, who are being unceremoniously pitched around you and into the second boat. There were, I'm going to say, 3 boats. They are mostly moved. They're throwing prisoners into 2 of the boats. The third boat, they're already shoving off, but with only a handful of crew, like 3 rowers on a side and someone in the back to steer, because obviously they've lost quite a few Dragonborn. The other boats appear to be filling up. They should be enough to row them. Obviously, when they landed here, they had additional warriors and not just the rowers. But now heading back, it's mostly just enough to crew the boats. So you cotton this
But I'm gonna have
bronze Dragonborn immediately, who's clearly putting himself at the tiller of the boat. What do you want to have these unseen
And
servants
they
do?
are just going to, you know, that thing where somebody kneels down behind somebody and somebody else pushes them from the front.
Table tapping.
They're going to do that. They're going to do that and push the bronze dragon overboard. Right, bronze dragonborn overboard.
Okay, I'm going to. Technically, that's an attack, but I think it can be little enough of one. It's like a trip. So go ahead and make me. We'll call it a strength check rather than an attack roll.
Okay.
Since they can't attack. So roll a d20.
Yep. And that is going to be 16 with the bonus, strength bonus. 15 plus 1.
15. What's the plus 1?
For their strength bonus.
My strength bonus.
They have a strength of 2.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty sure that might be the opposite of a bonus. I don't remember what the actual. Trying to find the attribute chart. 'Cause
10 is
normally you
no
don't look at it
bonus.
much. Yeah, modifier for 2 is a
8 is minus
-4.
1.
Yeah. So -4 is what they're rolling here. And this is kind of a natural thing, so I'm going to call it offset by a proficiency. So a proficiency of 2, so that'll be a -2 total to the roll. So you rolled 15, so that becomes a 13. All right, so I have rolled for the Dragonborn, who has quite a significant strength bonus, Now I'm going to roll to see if he notices that this happened. He does not go overboard, but this was a light enough touch. Yeah, actually, he doesn't even notice that it happened.
Just an airy
There's like
breeze.
the two unseen servants working together try to push him from behind, and he just kind of oh, there's a stiff breeze, and you're like, unseen servants,
Gusty out there today.
they're not even as strong as Timothy and Timothy.
Nope.
So many little babies.
I'm gonna jump back to the
I need better help. I need to find better help. Really, this is embarrassing.
so I'm gonna jump back to the party.
It's too bad you didn't hire a big strong orc for something.
If only he knew that big strong orc was nearby.
I know.
Okay,
Well,
so
Who's
technically,
gonna
I
get
am a
those surge
sponsor.
fees? Yeah, I think being imprisoned is accountable for that surge fee for the
Yeah, I think so.
possession and
Yeah.
Special
surge rates
pricing.
get you every time.
So back to the rest of you. So you've got 8 individuals. You can cast some invisibility spells that would affect multiple people, or you can go with the stealthing mode, or a combination thereof.
So
What do you
I
want
can
us to
hit
try for?
5 people with my invisibility if I upcast it. And I can. What level is fly? Fly's
How
3rd level.
far
That's
is
the one where we're gonna need.
the long ship out right now? Have they just started rowing, or are they a fair ways out?
There's, I mean, in sort of real time from you guys, they are still in the process of loading up. They haven't started
Oh,
rowing
okay.
out yet. But you don't really know that. Like
Yeah.
when Copernicus saw them, they were loading prisoners. And it's been a couple of minutes. You've just been having conversations since then. So before the wizards leave, then Aurelia was going to cast invisibility on some people. She can blow a 4th level slot and cast it on 3 people.
So then I'll do an upcast with blood
and
magic and
If she
cast on
concentrates on
5.
it, she can do an hour.
Right.
Like these are an hour with concentration, so she can't do more than 1, but she'll blow a 5th level or a 4th level slot. She's saving her last 5th level slot just in case, which is probably wise.
Yeah.
But she'll blow a 4th level slot on 3 of you, and then if you're doing 5, that covers all 8 of you.
Yeah, and then I think we need 3 of us to be flying. I think if Ozymandias can fly and carry fetid, Morgan can fly, and then I can probably just fly with my boots. It'd be nice to have speed, but I could just fly with my boots if need be. Then we should be covered for flies. So if we can get a wizard to donate a fly, that'd be great, because then I'm not fully tapped for spells. But if not, I can do the fly otherwise.
Fly spell is only 10 minutes.
Right.
So
Yeah, but it gets us going. Oh yeah, I guess we want to cast that a little closer too.
So that's why I'm wondering whether you want one of these wizards to do it, because if they do, like Dan Galf will cast it, but then he'll be like, remember, this will only last for 10 minutes or until I forget, one of those 2.
Cool.
So I think who is going to cast invisibility? Aurelia. So then I won't cast our invisibility till we get closer, because I can't cast it until after I cast fly, or casting fly will pop invisibility. So I think we are going with the 3 people that have had invisibility
Don't you
cast
have
on
the-
them.
Do you have the 2 concentrations at once?
I have multitasking, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you could cast it whenever you want then. 'cause
No,
you
but
can
casting a
concentrate on
spell
2.
Explodes.
Oh, the invisibility, right.
Yeah. So then we have 3 of
gotta
us
be in a
are
certain
invisible.
order.
The rest of us are not. We sneak in when we're a little bit closer, but still very far away. Then I cast fly. Then I cast invisibility, and then I'll recharge myself with the rod, and I'll have 1 spell slot left.
So,
but I think
so
that's
which
the way to do
3
it.
of you do you want to be invisible right now? Just from Aurelia before she leaves.
Morgan's hand shoots up.
I am not a great sneak. Oh no, but I'm gonna pop it anyway, so it can't be me. So who else wants invisibility to start? Who has bad decks besides me?
Ozymandias is not bad, but he's not as good as like Fetid or the rest of you. If you want to
Okay. So then
hit
maybe
the dog.
maybe Ollie and Ugna?
Morgan
Ollie,
Ollie
Ugna.
Ugna.
Or Tromling? Because Trom's going to have to do with
Tromling's pretty
unlocking.
stealthy.
That's true. Trom can probably do it on his own.
Me, Ugna, Ollie.
Yeah, I think so.
The
Okay.
big obvious people.
Okay. The large obvious people and sparkly flashy people
Yeah.
will now be invisible. So Aurelia casts invisibility, and then she goes, "Okay, dearie," looking in the wrong direction. She'll say, "All right, dearies, goodbye," and then she'll fly off with her with Dangelf.
She'll
Let's
give her, give her a little smooch goodbye. Thank you.
from Aurelia's perspective, she just gets
Okay.
smooched out of nowhere. I think we should make our way to the ships.
Yep.
And
so someone
we'll do
is passing without trace.
yeah, do we think? I think that's probably worthwhile, eh? Shredder, do
I
you got
think-
the spell
I think
slots for
so.
that?
Yeah.
It'll last for this whole scene, so we should be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I think are we stealth rolling?
Since
Stealth it up.
So I'll get the stealth rolls and then I'll jump back to Sir Godfrey.
All right.
Stealth it up. Stealth it up. Stealth it up. Stealth it up.
All right.
17.
More references from the 90s.
Oh, plus 10. So 27.
Yeah, don't forget to add your plus 10.
I've got plus 10 for my shadowy business, so that gets me to a 28 on a 5.
What's 24 plus
We're good.
7?
31.
That's me.
Nice.
Fairly low, so I think I only have like a 27.
Right.
Low.
Low for the ranger.
Mm-hmm.
34.
He's just excited about all the new scents here in the jungle.
Nice.
Wait, no, that's not right. Hold on. Oh, I got plus 10 from that. Plus
Plus
5,
10
plus
from the
Yeah,
spell,
34.
plus
34. Yeah, 34.
34.
Sorry.
Wow.
And then, Jeff, do you want to roll for Ollie for me?
Ollie rolled much better than me. That's a 17 on the die.
So plus 10, and then he's actually got a plus 8. I thought he was, yeah, he's got really good stuff.
Nice.
So that's 35. This is a very, very stealthy dog. So far
Unlike
the low
real
roll
life.
I'm hearing is 27.
Yep.
And then I will roll for El Gato. Oh, this is going to be
Spicy.
crazy.
Like a
I rolled an
cat.
18 on the die.
Oof.
He
Good
has a
God.
plus 13.
Jeebus.
Jesus Christ.
And
And
then
another plus 10.
plus 10. So that's over 40.
Wow.
He ceases to
That's
exist. He
41.
steps outside
41
of
said it.
reality.
He swirls his little black cape and he goes, "Let us go," and just vanishes.
Gone.
Yeah.
Just
I-
Cheshire Cats it into a speck. Pop.
Beautiful.
We love it.
All right. So you guys go sneaking through the bushes down towards this beach. By the time you get there, they're probably going to be pulled out. So let's find out what's going on with Sir Godfrey.
For Godfrey.
So Sir Godfrey, that didn't work.
yes,
Dragonborn are
not
continuing.
knowing,
Now you do have that.
not
third,
realizing.
I was just going to say
you
the
have where
third unseen servant has got you your spell components, so you've got them in hand. You're limited on
Nice.
what you can do for moving around, kind of somatic, but you can still do some.
So I'm going to assume, because it's only a cantrip, that Firebolt doesn't take that much movement. And with my hands, I'm assuming behind me, or are they in front of me?
They're in front of you.
Okay.
Because if they're behind you, it would
I'm
make it
just-
much harder for you to like actually keep up when they
Yeah.
were hauling you on foot.
So
What is it? It's
what I'm gonna try-
VSM. M is material.
Yeah. Verbal somatic material.
S is somatic.
Yeah.
Firebolt does have a somatic component, but you're right. It's very minimal. It's like basically
Yep.
point because it's a cantrip.
So first, what I'd like to do is cast Prestidigitation, just to make a little noise or something to get people's attention, to get the Dragonborn's attention towards the front of the ship. Maybe like a fart noise from the bronze dude. And and then cast then cast fireball just somewhere on the ship, just to start it burning somewhere. I'm assuming we haven't pulled off the beach yet. This is just,
Nope.
they're just getting
That is
stuff
the case.
ready here.
So you're going to cast a Prestidigitation first.
Yes. Yes.
And that one, I'm pretty sure, again, cantrip, even if it has a somatic component, I think I'm going to, yeah, it does, but I'm going to
does.
say you can. So the major issue is that there's verbal components to both these spells. So you're going to try and be quiet enough that you don't draw too much attention to yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Just
there is a
muttering
fair amount
under my
of,
breath.
yeah, there's a fair amount of commotion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you make, I was going to say deception or performance, and those are the same for you. So I'm going to get you to make a deception check to try and hide your spell casting with the general noise around you.
I've got 15 total.
Yeah, I was going to say stealth might also be relevant, but you have a 0, so let's not do that.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 total. I'm going to roll for a couple Dragonborn nearby-ish to see if anybody picks up on that. No one seemed to pay attention to you when you do your prestidigitation. Sorry, what kind of
Nice.
noise? Did you want something like a fart? You want something?
Yeah, the coming from the general direction of the bronze leader.
Of the
dude.
leader?
Yes.
I figured it out. So I should mention, I have a subscription that I'm supposed to use for work purposes only to a media library website that includes sound effects, and I figured out how to upload them to the soundboard.
Oh
Amazing.
my god.
Yes.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
It takes
I-
a little
I
bit of
see
time. We
them.
can only have 8 custom sounds, but yeah.
Wonderful.
That's a
See
good
what
one
we
for
do
us.
for you,
Why would we
audience?
need 8? We have the only one that matters.
Okay, audience, we did this for you. Okay, so
Is it really trash if we don't have a fart noise?
I'm going to roll some composure rolls for random soldiers.
Can I see them yet?
No, we're a ways off. You guys are still sneaking your way through the trees.
Oh,
Amazing.
I'm just teasing because I
Um,
wanted to silvery barbs to make sure that they do.
2 of the nearby Dragonborn soldiers are unable to stifle their snickering, and the bronze Dragonborn leader kind of whirls around, looking angrily at, like also looking for the source because he knows he didn't do it.
Yeah, but if you smelt it.
He who
Yep.
smelt it. Yeah.
He's like, that didn't sound like a Dragonborn cloaca.
I lost
So
my
now-
cloaca in the war.
You're
Couldn't have
casting
been
a
me.
fireball.
Hey,
So this one you're not going to be able to hide, and there's no point in hiding your voice because the firebolt originates from you.
Yep.
So you, yeah. So you basically you have to make a attack roll to see if you hit the spot you're trying to hit.
And it's just basically, the side of the boat. So not
Yeah.
really.
There's like a pile of like
Ooh.
ropes or something that you can kind of target.
18 plus whatever my spell casting
I missed the first part. I heard
modifier
teen.
is. 18.
18. Wow.
One H.
That's doing good.
Your modifiers are quite good. I think you've got a
Yeah.
attack bonus of 7. Yes.
Yep.
So that is a 25 to hit.
25.
So you absolutely do hit the specific flammable pile of
Nice.
What about the fire breath one?
that,
That may be
that
the-
could also have been used for the fart as well. by
I
the
would
way.
try this one.
We're saving that for when the Dragonborn start breathing fire on us.
Yeah,
But
Good.
that's
Which-
still.
Who knows
That's
if
a
they'll
little
do
more
that?
firebolting.
if your unseen servants had pulled it off when the guy falls over.
Good.
This game just got
So
like
that's,
a whole lot.
Oh my god, yes.
This is
so
real
the
good.
ship takes 2d10 damage.
Yes. And I'm
Six
pretty sure I'm just
and
gonna check
7.
whether there's like
13.
any sort of
It
any flammable object is ignited if it's not being carried or worn. So
Yeah.
these the pile of like ropes and stuff that's in that area will burst into flame. And yeah, the Dragonborn will all sort of like yelp. Several of them will jump up to the bow of the ship, or sorry, the stern of the ship, furthest out in the water. Although they are both shaped similarly, but that's where the bronze Dragonborn was with the paddle. Or sorry, you were firebolting the opposite direction of where you did the fart, right? Was that the
Yes.
idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're shooting the other way. So this is towards the prow that's on the beach, and so the Dragonborn who were in the process of getting ready to start launching the boat are instead going to yelp and start grabbing wet beach sand and start trying to smother the flames. Being a ship full of like fire-breathing Dragonborn, I imagine that they're pretty used to being prepared. You know, somebody hiccups or
Yeah, Dragonborn scurvy is no laughing matter.
and they'll start putting the fire out. But now I'm going to roll for if any of the ones near you. Obviously, the distraction of the noise attracted some attention, but there's a fair number of soldiers on this boat. So yeah, some of the Dragonborn on the benches with the oars are going to notice that you did that and attempt to stop you from doing anything further. So I'm not gonna roll because they're pretty advantageous here, but they're gonna grapple and try to keep you from being able to move your arms enough to do that again.
As they come towards me, I can use a bonus action, cast Expeditious Retreat.
Okay.
If my legs are not shackled,
They are not.
The spell allows me to move at an incredible pace. You cast the spell, and then on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can take the dash action. So I
me
would
just
like to try
check.
and dash.
If you can do this in this particular state. I
Again,
don't
it's-
think you're going to be able to
does not have
cast this
material.
spell. Yeah, it has a somatic component though, and it's not a cantrip. So I think with your wrists bound, you're not going to be able to cast it.
Okay.
This is a good one to cast as soon as you get your yeah. And
Yes.
actually, according to the rules, one arm free is all, like one hand free is all you need for somatic. Technically, you can't even do the cantrips, but I was sort of going, you're not like fully bound, you're manacled. So I'm sort of stretching the rules because I think it makes sense. But this one is not a cantrip, so I think it's reasonable that you would need a hand free. So you're being grabbed by these Dragonborn, and others are putting a fire out. Meanwhile, the boats next to you are fully being launched. You can see groups of 4 Dragonborn per side are pushing them bodily back down the beach, and obviously the sterns are already in the water. So they're just pushing them until they're floating, and then jumping over. One boat only has the Dragonborn who are
We're getting a
launching it.
lot of
and
muffled
that's all who
noises
gets on it.
from somebody's mic.
It's John's
Oh,
background.
gotcha.
It's just his microphone picking up stuff on the
Gotcha.
desktop. It's all good. And then the other one with prisoners is being launched, but the one you're on is paused because the Dragonborn who were about to launch it are going to take some time to put the fire out first.
Makes sense.
So now that you are being grappled and held by these two Dragonborn, they are going to try to prevent you from doing any other spell casting that has somatic components. So at that point, I'm not sure what more you can do, although you can potentially cast touch spells through your homunculus servant, and you can get it out using an unseen servant if you wish. But I'm not sure how many spells you have that applies to.
Not that many, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
How strong are the Dragonborn? If there are only
Quite.
2 of them, I can
There are only 2 of them,
use my
and you are a
use my
lockstep.
trunk as an unarmed strike.
Ooh.
That is true.
Ooh, which one?
Oh, nice.
So that is what I shall do.
Yes, you have your natural Loxodon armor, of course.
Grappling a Loxodon would be such a pain in the butt. Their ears would be all over the place. It'd be so distracting.
That'd be a nightmare. The trumpeting.
It's like
Oh,
grabbing
yeah.
a giant
God.
toddler.
Yep.
You know what? Actually, John, make me a perception roll.
You do it.
Okay.
I don't
You have a
know.
+6.
16, 19. Sorry, 22.
Excellent.
22 total.
So you actually notice that one of the nearby Dragonborn, not one of the ones grappling you, one of the ones that was distracted by the other things happening, has a ring of keys on his belt. So one thing you could do while you're being grappled and managed is you could
Yes.
use your trunk to try and do a sleight of hand.
Yes. I will do a sleight of nose.
Sleight of nose. Now
Which is
you
not
only you
great
have
for me, but I'm going to give it a
yeah,
try.
it's not your big deal. It's not your big thing, but you can
is
do
not.
it. And you do have, as all of our guests, you do have a set of inspirations
That's
like everyone
true.
else. So you have 3
Oh,
inspirations
okay.
to
Well,
potentially spend.
I will
So you can make an
spend
attempt and
inspiration.
potentially re-roll it if it doesn't come off. You could also
Okay.
guidance yourself and give yourself a +1d4.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I will do that. Absolutely. A 1.
Of course.
So
Probably want to use one of those inspirations.
19 total. I got an 18.
That
Goddamn.
is the opposite. Okay, and you rolled a 1 on your guidance?
Yeah, so it's a 19 total, 18 plus
19 total. I'm going to roll for, that's a 6 against that, plus some kind of bonus, but it ain't going to be a 13 bonus. So yeah, you kind of like go limp as they're grabbing you so that they won't like, beat you up or anything for struggling, but you kind of, do like a little flopping with your trunk, and as you like, oh look, I'm so pathetic and held down. Yoink. And
things
with
Sir
your little
Godfrey's never
prehensile,
said ever.
and you grab a hand, you manage to palm, I don't know what the term is, you manage to trunk,
Lip?
you
Elk
snork,
trunk.
you manage to snork the keys.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, that was
Good.
amazing.
So beautiful.
That deserves an inspiration point.
We're having a good time. Soundboard is
This is
excellent.
quite good. Excellent. I hope the chat can hear that because that's amazing. Peter has now obtained an
Soundboard.
element device. So as you're managing to get the key and secrete it on your person, the Dragonborn, having put out the fire, are going to go back to trying to launch this boat. So back to the rest of the party. You have all very, very successfully with the low roll of 27. No one has noticed you. Sneak your way to the edge of the beach where the larger jungle comes down to scrub brush, and you have snuck your way out to the beach, and you can see two of the boats are a ways out from shore. They're in the process of maneuvering to turn around with all their rowers on one side so that they can row out towards the nearest Dragonborn ship, which has come in towards the shore in order to receive the boats. The second boat, you can see just as you come to the shore, these 6 bulky Dragonborn, 8, 4 on each side, shoving the boat into the water and pulling themselves up over the gunnels. And that's maybe a good point for just a straight up
Initiative.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. It depends. Do you guys want to try and, because you were talking about trying to get onto the ship and blow it up. So I guess the question is, are you going to take any initiative-based actions
Until we're in position, probably
immediately
not.
here, or are you trying to follow them out there in some way? There is one of the 3 boats heading out that is still, close enough to shore that you could do something about it, if you so choose.
I
Or you could
think
stick with it flying and following.
I think that Morgan is invisible and has enough fly speed to possibly get there and do some shenanigans. I don't know that we're going to be able to get all 3 boats unloaded, but if we're going to, I think she's got probably the
Only
best
2
shot.
boats have prisoners.
Yeah.
The third boat had, they basically depopulated it because of all their losses.
Okay.
So maybe what I was thinking was sneaking onto a ship, thunder stepping out of it, and getting to another ship, or trying to stealth my way, flying around the destruction to get to the other ship, and then from there, freeing prisoners. I guess because we can't kill them all in the ship, even though I wanted to explode another ship. But yeah, that was
And by
that was
ship,
my
I
thought.
assume you mean these boats, these Zarn ships,
Yeah,
a little sort of
I mean a boat's
Viking
a boat,
long.
right? Ship, boat,
Well,
same
the
thing.
one with
Canoe.
all this gear is the battleship is out to sea a ways.
Okay.
Because they're too big. They can't come in
Yeah, for
and
easy
land.
coordination, there's 3 boats, which are like the little rowboats, right? And then the one big battleship.
Little rowboats in the sense of they're basically Viking longships.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
And so the
3 of
prisoners
those.
are only on the boats.
The rowboats. The rowboats.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
But
And
you're
then
talking about
the actual
exploding the
steampunk
ship.
battleship.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
outside.
sorry, I was assuming
You
that
don't-
he was
You have to.
yeah. But maybe doing a silent attack on the rowboats,
So
and
suffice
then
to say, then let's maybe
approaching with
do an
them.
initiative roll. It sounds like we're going to do an initiative here.
Yeah.
So I will get everyone to roll initiative. Jeff, can you roll for Ollie as well as yourself?
Yes, I can.
Who would like to be nominated to roll for? I guess wizards can roll for wizards or sorcerers. So either let's have Peter roll for Azuria, and let's have Randy roll for Elgato.
All right, what's Elgato's modifier?
Elgato's initiative bonus is relatively obscene. It's a +10.
Sounds about right.
That makes sense.
He
His
actually acted
bonus is
last
more than I
turn.
rolled.
Elgato is a 28,
Oh my god.
Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
good.
God.
and Tromlin has a 15.
Ugna has 9.
Bedded has a 16, and
Morgan's got a
Ollie
20.
just rolled a 2 on the die, so Ollie is asleep.
Perny has a 13, and Azuria has an 8 on the die. I don't know what her modifier is.
I lost her. So Ugna was a 9. Elgato was a 28. Tromlin was a 15. What was that roll for Copernicus?
Copernicus is 13.
I knew it was a team. Morgan?
20 for me.
Thought it was 20. And I'll get Sir Godfrey as well. Ollie has a +4, so that's a 6.
Yep.
What do we got from Sir Godfrey?
You got. Oh God. 9.
Not a great. I mean, 9. That's without your bonus, right? And Sir
That's with
Godfrey's
the
initiative.
bonus.
Oh, that's with the bonus. Okay. Oh yeah, you have a 0, so never
Yep.
mind. Yeah. So you're the same as Ugna.
Yep.
And then what was the roll for Azuria?
It was an 8 on the die.
Right. And she has a +1. With another 9.
We love going
Lots of,
last, all 3 of us.
I love going. We like going 9th.
It's good. We're all going. Doing great.
Okay, and I'm going to do the single roll for the baddies because it's easier. Okay, so starting with Elgato on 28, he is waiting for you guys because he's taking your lead. He is
Fair.
going to continue to sneak closer, being so insanely bestealthed. He's actually going to sneak between like the sand dunes on the beach and try and get much closer. But he's not gonna. He's just using movement. He's not going to use his actions until he knows sort of what's happening with the plan here, because you're all invisible, so he doesn't necessarily. Or some of you are invisible, so he doesn't necessarily know what everyone's doing. So he's waiting to kind of like. He's also not on your Perny net. Next up is Morgan. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Bad sorcerers.
Oh,
Bad
I guess
saviors.
I haven't
Like-
cast Fly yet.
I guess I have to wait for that. Yeah, I guess I have to hold. I will
You can wait for us a cast of fly
cast a fly. Yeah.
in the bushes. Kate. Tromlin.
I mean, what else can I do but advance?
You can like coordinate it a bit. Those of you who are on the Perny net, just in case you're, the plan is kind of a little
Nebulous?
flexible here. Now
Yeah.
you've got the boats aren't all out to sea, which was the original presumption.
Would I be faster if I sneaked or if I misty stepped?
Definitely faster if you misty step, because if at a sneaking speed you don't get your full movement.
Would
But your misty step
lockpicking?
is like 30 feet.
Yeah. Would
but you can
lockpicking
do
break
both, right?
invisibility?
Misty step will break your invisibility. Yes. Well, he's not invisible.
Okay, then no, I'm
Tromlin's
not doing
invisible.
that. That'd be dumb.
No.
Yeah.
Tromlin's not invisible. The
Oh,
only
that's right, you
invisible
just
people
stealth.
here are Morgan, Ugna, and
Right.
Ollie.
Right.
Okay, then I will misty step closer.
So you can sneak and misty step, because misty step's a bonus action, so you can still use your movement. So you can
All right,
sneak.
I will
Yeah.
I'll
you can
sneak as far as I can,
combination.
and then I'll misty step to get 30 more feet.
So where do you want to end up with a misty step? Are you trying to still be hidden? Do you want to be like in the water? With that
I
much
want to
movement,
be as
you
close
can-
to that boat as I can be without being obviously spotted.
Okay, so you'll sneak a little bit, misty step to where you can kind of see a larger, like a log on the beach or something, and misty step behind it, and use the last little bit of your movement to just kind of make sure that you're hidden, duck down. So that you can hold the rest of your action because that's a bonus action and movement. So you still
Right.
have your action, but you can hold it.
I think
as
I'll
a way of
hold
misty.
because I don't want to do
Yeah.
anything with the group.
Copernicus.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cast Fly on me, Morgan, and Ozymandias. So I think those are our flyers. If
I thought you
we're
were doing
still,
5 targets. Or is that the
I'm
invisibility?
doing 5 for
That was-
invisibility.
Right.
Yeah, for Fly, I think I just need to do the 3, and normally 3rd level gets me 1, 4th level gets me 2, 5th level, which involves blood magic and I take some damage, gets me 3. To upcast it. Or sorry, actually, no, rather, I don't think I upcast it. I think what I do is I get an additional target for spending blood.
For invisibility, you get extra targets above 3rd. So because your
Oh, no, but I'm saying blood casting I
Your
can use
cast
to
is
beef up
4, right?
spells. Yeah. So
yeah,
if I
but
cast at level
you're
4, I get 2, and then I can
no,
rather than
you get
upcasting
3.
it further. Oh,
If you cast it at level 2, you get 1. If you cast it at 3, you get 2. If you cast it at 4, you get 3. So your normal cast is 3 targets for invisibility. Sorry, that's
sorry,
invisibility.
yeah, this is Fly though.
I'm
Fly, I
looking at the
think I
wrong
need
spell.
to. Fly
My
needs to be with
apologies.
blood.
You're
Yeah.
correct. You're correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
I
yeah,
was looking at the wrong
I'll
spell.
blood cast that. Because we're not in if we can spare a round, I'll then cast invisibility 2 next round. But I think we kind of need to move. So this might be that we're going without additional invisibility. Just so
So
everyone's
you're
aware.
thinking about like if everyone holds action for a turn while you cast
Yeah.
the first spell?
Yeah.
I'll tell
in
you
which
what.
case,
Let's do that. I'm gonna roll to see if you I'm gonna roll with advantage, although I know you have like a 20 something stealth.
yeah, I hit a
To
28
see
on my
if
roll. I think.
yeah, okay. Yeah, no worries. So
Must-
when you cast your fly spell, you were not visible. So we can just say that happened before we started initiative. So
Okay.
your cast for this round can be the invisibility recast.
Okay. So then I
And-
think the only person I can't hit is Trom. Oh, actually, I can hit Tromlin if I spend a sorcery point. So I will do that.
So you hit the same targets that you had invisible before.
Or I hit the people that weren't invisible last time because the people who were invisible.
Oh,
were
right.
done
There was
by
only, you only
Aurelia.
did 3. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So now we are all invisible. Everybody's invisible, and me, Ozymandias, and Morgan are flying. And then I'll use my movement to start flying towards the ships.
Sorry, you have
And-
3
and-
targets for fly. You cast it on who? Ozymandias, Morgan, and
Myself. Just so I have the extra speed because my
Oh,
fly
okay.
speed is otherwise pretty garbage.
Right,
And
yeah,
I think
yeah,
we're gonna
your-
need to move
your
fast.
fly speed is your normal movement with your magic boots.
And in Perny Net,
Okay.
I'll say I think we're a go.
Okay, at that point,
I think
And-
Morgan's turn kicks in then.
All right.
um,
I'm destroying the non-prisoner longship
oh,
with the thunder step.
just so you know, hang on, Peter, you
Oh.
can't turn Tromlin invisible with that cast. Because Tromlin moved to, like it's touch range. He moved away.
I'm saying I'm spending a sorcery point to get him at 30 feet. which is just
Right. I missed that. Never mind. So you did.
Yay.
Okay. So anyone who's holding action now that you have gotten your flying and invisibility situation, did you want to do anything further?
Yeah, I am going to fly over to the middle of the non-prisoner held longship, and
Yep.
I'm going to thunder step from there to the other ship. Or actually, no, I'm just going to thunder step
Nice.
as high up as I can go because I don't have to land.
Nope.
So you're going to
Um,
the ship that just has Dragonborn and no prisoners.
Yeah.
You're gonna like alight in the middle of it.
Yeah. Grab my spells.
Yep. So you'll use the flight, the extra movement from flight to get over there. and get yourself down into the boat. Cast the spell. You're no longer invisible.
Yeah.
But you basically appear by exploding.
Yeah. So it's 3d10.
Roll your damage.
1, 2. All these little bitty ones.
What level are you casting this at?
Regular.
Okay.
Ooh, that is an 8, a 9, and a 2 on the dice. And it's half save on a 17.
8 to 9 and a 2. So that is 19 damage. I'm gonna roll a saving throw for the boat, but I don't know exactly what kind of bonuses it might have. But
It is a con saving throw.
yeah, the Dragonborn so far have all made it. One of them even rolled a nat 20, which is
Oof.
completely unnecessary.
I'd rather him
Okay.
roll it now than on combat.
Yeah, there's only 6 Dragonborn on that boat. One of them failed, 5 of them made it, but the boat also did not make it.
Good.
I think that you blow a number of boards out of the sides of this boat and it starts taking on water in a hurry.
Hell yeah.
Good.
And you teleport straight up.
Yeah, I just thunderstep and fly up with the
Yep.
rest of my movement. That thunderstep. So that's 90
You
feet.
needed all your movement to get there, so you just teleport straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that boat is like in the process of sinking now. And there's a bunch of injured Dragonborn on it, but also sinking Dragonborn on it.
Cool.
The best kind of Dragonborn are seeking Dragonborn right now.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Elgato was sneaking, and I think his actions are going to go towards movement distance because he was using sneakiness. And I also think he's not going to be invisible because he snuck quite a ways away. I don't think you were going to be able to get a touch on him or eyes on him to turn him invisible, but that's okay because he got a 41 stealth. So his entire action is movement. So next up, Tromlin, you were holding action. Did you want to do anything once the spells are cast and you're now invisible?
I mean, what else can I really do though at this point?
Depends
I
on
don't have
whether you
any
want to
spells.
get. Yeah, it depends if you want to get closer into the boat.
Yeah,
or
you can
whatever.
full move up to the boat, like stealth
Alright,
onto
I'll
it.
do that. I'll full move.
Just keep moving. That actually. Oh, you used your bonus action already, didn't you? So
Yeah.
that's all good. So you're just continuing to move now that you're invisible. You don't have to hide behind a log. You
Yeah.
just get the rest of your movement out. Oh no, actually, you have your action, so you can just full on do a dash action.
Yeah.
So you can get a bunch more movement. You can get right down to the boat, which is in the process of launching. Do you want to try and get on before it's
I
fully out?
would actually. That would make life a little bit easier.
You can make me an acrobatics to kind of like get a hold of the side of the boat so you're not worried about running into any Dragonborn.
I don't ever get to really roll acrobatics. That's pretty exciting. A 19.
Ooh.
Excellent. That will suffice. So you manage to like grab onto as these Dragonborn are like pushing it into the water, and then they themselves are jumping on board. You kind of leap to where one of them just was. They climb over the gunwale. You grab a hold of it and like hang there, all monkey-like and invisible, on the prow of this boat. Okay, so Copernicus. So now we are to the enemy actions before we get to the nines. So the Dragonborn, of course, they the ones that are launching the boat. That's what they're doing. They're launching the boat. Because you're not like struggling, the 2 Dragonborn that grabbed you, Sir Godfrey, are just hanging on to you. They're just trying to keep you from casting spells. They're actually going to. One of them is holding you, and the other one is going to like rip a bit of fabric off to fashion a gag, to try and start gagging. Of course, he rips it off. He goes to do a thing, and then he's like, "Okay," locks it on head. Very different. This isn't going to work. Let me get a bigger piece of fabric. So he's in that whole process. He's like, could I tie it to the tusks and then it just goes across? That isn't. He does that, and he's like, that doesn't do anything. It's just gonna. There's a hammock in front of your mouth. That doesn't. No, let me try something else. So yeah, he's too xenophobic to have experience gagging Loxodon, and so it's gonna bite him in the
That's a
butt.
microaggression.
That's right.
There's no Loxodon in his fetish club, so he doesn't have real experience with Loxodon bondage.
Well, in this particular setting, the Dragonborn Isles are like mostly just Dragonborn, so it's
Weirdly
pretty.
enough, we have fan art of that of Loxodon bondage. Thanks, Lar.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
Lar. I thought for a second you meant he like just drew
I'm
it. Like
sorry.
he's on the
Yeah.
stream and it just happened.
I-
Like
Do you
I
know what
thought
you
you were-
call someone who
say-
practices Loxodon bondage?
oh no.
A Loxodom.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
No,
Excellent.
no.
Good.
Did you just cricket
I-
yourself?
Yes.
I,
Hats off, sir.
Wow.
I thought you were talking about the the Babar head that I photoshopped onto the rock, because that was my
Right.
first Loxodon.
That was
Right,
the-
yeah, that was
the
for
Loxodon
Kangar.
Pit
That was for
Fighter.
Kangar the Strangler, yeah.
Yeah.
Gengar the
I don't- I don't know that I can post this on main, but I will post it in our Discord. I just went and found it. I forgot it was a nude Loxodon.
Yep.
Nice.
So you can
'Cause
see
of
the whole
course.
Loxodon.
Exactly.
No.
Good.
It's just this standard response every time you do a joke. Hit the cricket button. Excellent. Hey, audience, this is what you signed up for,
Also an appropriate sound effect.
whether you knew it or not. So the Loxodons on the exploded ship are scrambling to bail and or patch broken boards. That you didn't do enough damage to completely disable the ship, but like they got to do
Wait,
something or it
there
is
were-
going to sink.
I thought there were no prisoners on the exploded
Oh,
ship.
sorry, did I say Loxodons? I meant Dragonborn.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
The
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn on that ship. Sorry, the 6 Dragonborn who were gonna row in the mostly empty ship are basically gonna have to put all of their effort, because there's only 6 of them, into not sinking for a while. So that is what they are doing.
Good. Taking them out of
One
the
of
fight.
them, as they're like trying to do something about it, will shout to the other boats in case they didn't notice the exploding goat lady, the exploding undead goat lady that just appeared.
I'm gonna haunt their dreams if they
Excellent.
And they don't see.
By the way, I'm
Tom.
cooking up something fucking atrocious.
Yeah, you're the only potential target.
I'm animating right now.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Oh,
I'm
fine.
animating something from this
Oh
game right
my.
now.
Oh my.
I am
I'm
rolling.
just gonna say you're not ready.
I'm rolling a number of crossbow shots in your direction.
That's
Morgan?
not me, right? You're not talking to me.
That is you.
You're the
They're
only
all
one
rolling
visible.
with disadvantage, though, right? So what I'm going to do, there's a fair number of them who can take shots. However, what I'm going to do is roll the dice, and if they are a miss to start with, there's no point rolling again. The
Mhm.
ones that are potential hits, I'll re-roll.
Okay.
So because they've got disadvantage at this range. Okay, so I have a total at this point of 5 possible hits. And now I'm going to
Mhm.
re-roll this. One of them's a nat 20, but I have to
Ooh.
re-roll it. Now I'm going to roll the 5 disadvantage rolls and see if any of them are still hits. No, 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 yes, yes.
Can I get my
Ooh,
wild
wait.
magic, by the way, before this happens?
Let me roll for it. You're good. No wild
Okay.
magic effect. From the thunder step.
Yeah.
So at this time you are being hit by 2 crossbow bolts. These are heavy crossbows, but because they're crossbows, they don't get any strength to the dex bonus. Or no, they do get dex bonus. Not that it matters much. These guys don't have a ton of dex.
All right. Come at me. Come at me, bro.
Come at me, dragon bros.
Hmm.
Come on. Yeah, that's right. It is D10. I wasn't sure if it was 2d6 or D10. Okay. Yeah, back. 9.
Was a group heal
3,
done in
12.
the middle or not?
No.
I don't
you're
think
still-
so. No.
No, you haven't been healed
Okay.
further.
So
Trauman
I
had
just
a
have-
lot of spell casting to do
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Look at all these
That's why I
birds.
didn't ask.
It's a lot of birds.
There's no Alina camera, just birds.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's how this works. So total between both shots is 14 damage.
All right.
And that was like 10 Dragonborn shooting at you. All the others
Oof.
missed
Nice.
or hit your magic armor, and otherwise don't do anything.
Wow.
They're at long enough
I'm
range that they've got disadvantage. so.
bloodied. I'm bleeding.
That's not
but
nice.
It's raining down on them, actually.
You just say this through the Perny net. I'm bleeding.
I actually have been sending Bernie net messages.
Good.
We've been coordinating through DMs a little bit.
Yep. I
The
saw.
other remaining Dragonborn are pulling hard on oars and trying to get these boats further
Moving.
from shore and closer to the safety of the range of guns
Right.
from their ship. Next up are the 9s.
9.
So I have several people with like no real decks. I think Ugna, you're going to go first.
I think
Because
so.
you're the only person I think who has a significant dex bonus. I
Yep.
think it's you, then Aurelia, then Sir Godfrey.
I can't see where anybody is. But I heard the plan
Of-
and I heard
Of
it was
your
go time.
friends, the only one you can see of your friends is Morgan, who is floating in the air some 90 feet above the boat that just exploded.
I am going to probably use all of my action moving like Tromlin did, and then
Oh,
because the
hey.
boats have started to pull off, I can do a jump.
Fetid's not on my list. All he is, but Fetid
Oh,
isn't.
Fetid.
What was Fetid's initiative?
Fetid's
Like,
probably
Wondering where
first.
I was.
I think I might have skipped you. Do you
Yeah,
remember what your roll was, or did you re-roll?
I had a 16.
Nice. So you
Okay,
go way up
Let's-
before me.
Before you go, let me just jump back and
Yep.
unskip Fetid.
hmm
I've got you on my list now.
You guys, this animation is looking incredible.
Nice.
I'm so
So-
excited to show you.
Fetid, did you, for movement, you're riding Ollie, so you could hold your action until Ollie goes.
Yeah, I think I would like to do that.
Oh, wait, you're riding Ollie. I just realized that means that Ollie has two options.
Okay.
Either he can go on his own initiative,
Or on
or
yours.
he can forego his regular actions and just be your mount, which means he doesn't roll initiative. He just gives you his movement, and his actions are movement-based actions like dashes and disengages and things of that nature. So if you want to
That
move,
sounds like
you
it would
can
probably
just
be
go now.
useful.
Yeah, and just not have Ollie use that 6 that he
Yeah.
whopping 6 that he rolled.
All
So
right,
in
cool.
that case, it's your turn. You can move. Ollie's got flying distance, so you can move a lot.
So what can I see from where we currently are?
So you're on the beach, a little ways up the beach from where the group stopped.
Mhm.
But now you have had the invisibility cast on you and flight cast on Ollie. You can see at the other end of the beach, which is like maybe 40 feet away, the one Dragonborn boat that has just launched. So it's fairly near the shore. And then the two that had launched a little while ago are like a good, maybe 20 more feet from the shore.
Mhm.
One of which just had an explosion occur on it.
Okay.
And you can see Morgan up in the air having thunderstepped up there. No one else has yet revealed themselves, but you can see the two closer boats. In addition to having lots of Dragonborn rowing and others shooting at Morgan, you can see all the prisoners piled in the center of the boats. And you've got good perception. I'm not even gonna make you roll. You notice Sir Godfrey amongst the prisoners because he kind of stands out because he's specifically being grabbed and held by two Dragonborn, one of whom is clumsily struggling to gag him.
He's also the only white
And also,
elephant in the
he
group.
is
The only what? Sorry? Yes, he's the only white elephant.
and also he is particularly dashing, and he cuts a fine fine figure amongst all
Yeah.
of this.
And he's got
rabble.
that little crown. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Just
I would
briefly
like to move so I can get within arrow range of the two guys grabbing Godfrey.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see if I can.
Easy. You've got a flying
Yep.
Ollie. You can get quite close because Ollie can basically use his action to double your movement. So you can like fly right up, take some shots, and like fly back again if you want.
Nice.
That is my
This is
plan.
the nice advantage of having a mount is that your mount basically does its action as dashes or disengages. So you can like get up close, hit something, and then disengage, or you can like double your movement. Pretty cool.
Here.
Okay, so
Cut to a picture of
yep,
Godfrey.
shots. This will break your invisibility, but I guess not Ollie's. So you'll just be a
Okay.
weird floating kobold.
And Ollie can fly too, so like he's
Flying
just like
kobold.
Yep.
So like out of
It's like
nowhere,
Wonder
a
Woman's
kobold
invisible
appears.
jet.
yeah.
Yeah. You're Wonder Kobold.
Good.
Just appear nowhere, pew, pew, arrows,
Mhm.
and then you invisible jet out of there. Except your jet's a hellhound. Let's see some shots.
All right. Number one. I'm going to start with the guy trying to gag Godfrey, if that makes any difference.
Yep.
It does to Godfrey.
Yeah, you know. Where did my character sheet just go? There it is. So that is a 21.
That's it.
All right.
I do
Get my-
believe they have an armor class 20. That was Peter doing an arrow boing.
Good.
8 million D6s.
Bow and arrow is in fact
One of
sound
the
effect.
options.
Mhm.
I like arrow
So if I
boy more.
put-
I will go update it.
Boy.
So if I put all the stank on this first arrow, it's what, 4d6 plus
That is
5?
correct.
Yeah. All right. That's 8 and 7. 20 damage even.
You even had an extra round during that previous spellcasting to hawk a loogie on your arrowhead to get your poison bonus. So
Yeah.
so you've got your 1d6 for the bow, 1d6 for the poison magic, 1d6 for your hunter's mark, and 1d6 from your swarm. So you send a poison dripping, insect laden arrow into the Floxon. So what's your total damage?
21.
Nice.
21 damage. I keep saying Loxodon when I mean Dragon. You don't shoot the Loxodon. That's Sir Godfrey. You shoot the Dragon Ball. Second shot.
Second
All
shot.
non-humans look the same, dude.
Second shot is like a, I don't know, 26 or something. I rolled
That'll do
high.
it. Nice.
So,
And this one is 3d6 because you can only
Yeah.
do the swarm one attack. per round.
6 plus 3 is 9 plus 5, 14 more damage.
Woohoo! I mean, that's 35 points of damage in one action, which is pretty
Not bad.
sweet. And you do have a bonus action. Oh, no, sorry, you don't, because you used it to touch him with your hunter's mark, I'm assuming. Since you did the damage. Yeah, but you can then move further away
That is
with
my plan.
your invisible Hellhound jet. Okay, now we're down to the 9s with Ugna.
Okay. I'll do what I was going to do before, which is just to do a dash action and then probably an athletics leap to get to the boat.
Yep. I mean, beyond an athletics leap, you can trigger your magic boots.
I
and
can.
do a super leap.
Super leap. 3
Uh,
times my
Go
leaping.
for it with an athletics.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
3 times your normal leaping distance. So even with that boat being like off the shore, you'll just be able to full on pound it down the beach and then
And then-
just
Especially with a
Just
23.
more 70s TV shows will do the sound effect from the
Bionic Man.
sick
Yep.
yeah, the Bionic Man. We are nothing if not current with our
Yes.
pop culture references.
Yeah.
What'd you roll on that athletics check?
23.
That is more than sufficient. Um, uh,
So yeah, invisible semi-flying Ugna
yeah, I mean,
gets to the
do
boat.
you want your, yeah, make an attack
Terrifying.
roll? Actually,
Absolutely
you know what?
terrifying.
No, I'm going to treat, you got your bonus action grapple attack. I am
Yep.
going to treat your athletics roll as the attack roll because this is a crowded boat.
It is.
I know you used your action to dash, but you're still going to land on people.
Yeah.
So this is still going to break your invisibility, and it's still going to do damage because
Perfect.
that's how it works. So, or at very least knockdown. In fact, I'm not even going to roll for it. You basically cannon, like at the front of the boat is where all of the Dragonborn who just launched it have jumped in. So you're basically going to land on top of them. So it's just like a bowling alley situation. I don't know if you have a bowling alley sound effect prepared, but the sound of knocking down pins occurs as Ugna lands on the half dozen Dragonborn.
Yeah, I
launched
aim
boat.
my descent to try and land in the bulk of them.
Nice. And in fact, Tromlin, you get a little wet because you're clinging to that end of the boat, which now kind of like dips into the water a bit as Ugna lands.
It's fine. It happens.
Ojuria the Blue was not entirely informed as to what the plan is,
Nope.
other than to be ready to cast a teleport spell eventually. So she is going to do the thing she usually does when in doubt, which is cast Lightning Bolt. She's going to sling a lightning bolt at the one boat that doesn't have any of you guys on it or above it, because that just seems to be the thing to do. Oh no, she's not going to do that. That one's got prisoners on it. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, she's pretty damn. Man,
That's the lag time. That's about the lag time.
just a
Good.
little lag time. That's fine.
And we have maximum 8 soundboard slots, so I have to keep pulling sounds out to put new ones
like
in.
swapping them out.
Yeah.
This is excellent. This is good stuff. This is quality content, audience. She is going to actually carefully position this lightning bolt down one of the rowing benches because it's only 5 feet across. So she's just going to catch all of the Dragonborn rowers on one side of the boat and nobody else. And if they want to make deck saving throws, the fun thing is there's only one place to go, which is off the boat. Unless they're going to do something like crazy, like leap straight up in the air above the lightning bolt and come back down.
I gotta say, you guys aren't ready. You guys are not ready for this gift.
I'm terrified. Somebody roll me some lightning bolt damage.
Oh, I'll do that. How many?
I think she's running low on higher level spells, so she's just going to do it as a third.
Which is
So it's just a straight 8d6.
Just 8d6.
Yeah.
Just 8d6 damage. And it'll set
4,
parts of the boat on
7.
fire because everything flammable that gets a lightning bolt
That's
can
true.
be set on fire.
16, 21, 22, 23. 23.
So some of the Dragonborn take 23 damage and stay in their seats, and some of the Dragonborn take half of that and fly off the boat because there's nowhere else to deck save to. And parts of that side of the boat are on fire. And now Ojuria is visible, but also doesn't care because she's kind of like, fuck you, this is kind of my thing.
It's in the Discord.
Good.
And for Godfrey. Oh, splashes as well.
God, Raven, that's really good. Oh, I love it.
Here,
Oh,
you know what
nice.
I can do now? Now that it's on Discord and I can save it from there easily. I will
Nice.
put it as my screen for a second.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'm scared about what the green thing he's fingering might be.
Wait, where is this? I'm not seeing this.
If you click on the
Chat.
general text channel,
Okay.
you will be able to see in the general text. So above on the left-hand side, above our voice channel where we are, you can see the text channels, just general.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then to come back, you'll just double click on the picture window.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
so I'm assuming Alina will share that with the audience
I'll
after
put it as
break,
my,
because we're gonna do
okay.
Godfrey's attack and then we're on break. So
All
Godfrey,
right.
all that crazy shit just
Yes.
happened. Everyone, the guy
So
who's trying
who
to
else?
gag you just took 2 arrows in the back. The whole boat tipped a bit as giant Ugna appeared out of nowhere and flattened a bunch of Dragonborn at the front of the boat. And you've got a key.
Yes.
These are all good things.
I am going. These are all good things. Although it does kind of disrupt my plan, which was to rush to the front of the boat, past Liamon's tiny hut, and then, which would be stationary. The boat is moving. Anything outside would get pushed off to the side.
I mean, I
That's
still think
okay.
it's a good idea because you can weight down that end of the boat really good. Ugna's over there.
I was going to ask you. What the weight would be, because yes, I would very much like to do something crazy like that.
Amazing.
But first, I need
So-
to.
First you need to
get my
extricate
chains
yourself.
off.
You might have to save that action until it's a 1-minute casting time. It's a ritual cast.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not meant to be done
Okay.
in
Anyway,
combat.
trying to. Well, I know, but it would be so cool. Okay, so trying to unlock my chains, and got my thieves kit as well, which I could have gone for. Come on.
So let's consider this a it's not as simple as just using a key normally, because your hands are only manacled. It's all complicated.
Right.
But you do have skill with thieves tools, so I'm going to let you do this as though it was a profession. It's still going to be dex, but you get to add your
Okay.
professional bonus. So instead of doing a sleight of hand with a +0, you have a +3. And
Okay.
again, you can guidance yourself if you want to use your action for that. If you're basically willing to spend your action on
Yeah.
getting yourself free, I'll let you use the guidance.
Yeah, that will be what I do. Oh no, it's a 2. Oh my god, it's a 1.
Do you want to use
Nothing
another
good.
inspiration?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
That
still leaves you 1 left.
16. So that'll be 19.
Oh yeah.
The +3 and the 21 with the +2.
So you managed to maneuver your trunk down as the guy who was gagging you, who's got your trunk kind of held up, arches his back in surprise as he takes 35 damage worth of arrows to the back. You sort of let yourself, oh no, he dropped me and now I'm falling away, allowing you to take your trunk and back into normal position, but hand yourself the key, and with the trunk as a free extra hand, you can get the 2 hands in there and unlock the manacles. And so
Very
your
nice.
hands are now free, and they don't notice that your hands are free
Ooh.
because they're very distracted.
Quick
by everything
question.
going on.
Do I know which one of them took my fang dagger?
Yes.
I recognize.
Yes. The one with the key is the one who disarmed you. So the one who just got shot in the back has got your fan dagger in its scabbard shoved into his belt. He basically took the weapon belt off, spun it up, and just shoved it in his belt, so you can see it handy there.
Nice.
And
yeah,
that's the end of a round. That's the end of the round. So why don't we take a break here, and then we can pick this up next round with some
shenanigans.
fairly significant shenanigans on this here boat, because there are now 4 of you or 3 of you on this boat. No one's sure where Elgato is, but probably close to the boat.
You'd think.
Mm-hmm.
But Ugna, Tromlin, and Sir Godfrey are all in this boat. Godfrey's now got his hands free.
Morgan's about to do something spectacular. We don't know
Morgan's
what.
drawing all the fire up in the air.
Yep.
So yeah. So this is a good time to
All
take a
right.
break. So let's come back together here in 10 or so.
We'll see y'all
Sound
soon.
good?
Excellent. Yay.